Hey, what's up everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are on Xantea's account. I don't know if that's how you say your name, but that's just what I'm going to say it. That's, yeah, just what I'm going to call you. So Xantea, we're on Xantea's account, and I believe it's been under 20 days. Yeah, so 19 days of gameplay on here, and as you can see, they've done the 10th floor on Giants, Dragons, and Necro, so they do have a team that can accomplish all of it, which is good, and they messaged me saying that they have done pretty much like Sean B's progression guide. It's like the new updated guide on how to quickly progress to get like a speed team for Giants right from the get-go, and then you could build some monsters and then transfer them over to Dragons and Necro. So, so the things I'm probably going to work on in your account, um, I took a look at your Sigmaris and Crow, so I might try to give them a little bit more um, stats, pretty much, so they could hit a little bit harder. It'll make your teams a little bit faster, which then should also make them safer. And then I took a look at your Fran and Lauren, so we'll just take a look at some of your units right now. So the Fran is pretty good. It's on just a Swift Energy build, and then you could still power up some of these runes to give them a little bit more stats. But yeah, this attack rune right here, definitely not needed. I know it helps with the heals, but you pretty much just want your Fran to be tankier, especially for PvE content. But the build is okay for now, but yeah, I'm definitely going to see if I could change that rune out. And then for Lauren, you just have the speed, defense, HP, which is good, very good build. Solid stats, so she should be fine. She's going to be very useful for the TOA floors, especially for the boss floors. With the attack bar pushback and the defense break, really beneficial. And then also the attack speed slow that she does. And then since you could farm her in the secret dungeons, go in there and farm the secret dungeons and get her skill ups, because the harmful effect rates are very important for her to land her debuffs. So as you see up top, it's a 30% chance to get the attack speed slow. So the two harmful effect rates that you'll get from the skill ups down here, that 20% will give her a 50% chance to land the attack speed slow. And then if you have 50% accuracy, it technically should be, like as you see here, you have 50% accuracy. That should be a 100% chance to land it before going through a resistance check. And most monsters in TOA, I believe, have, I think it's like 55% resistance. So as long as you have 45% accuracy, then you should land your debuffs pretty frequently. And then, so that's your Fran and Lauren. But yeah, I saw your Sigmaris it does have a rage set, and it's on attack, crit damage, attack. But I'm going to try to see if I could get rid of these two energy runes. Hopefully you have another like attack percent slot 6, and preferably like a blade rune for the crit rate bonus. So I'm going to try to get both of these. Because you have the attack percent and crit damage here, which is good, and you have some speed on this rune as well, which is okay. And then here you have 12% crit rate, and then also the crit damage, but I'm hoping that out of both of these runes, we're only getting 12% crit rate. And if you equip 2 blade runes, with the blade rune buff, you already get 12% just for equipping those runes. So I'm hoping that we could find a little bit more crit, so then we can get Sigmaris up to about 85-90% crit rate, while still being able to maintain the attack and crit damage, and the speed, of course. And then we're going to try to do the same thing for Crow. So we have attack, crit damage, attack. I would like your Crow to be a little bit faster, because I do like him to take a good amount of turns. It's not necessary for him to be fast, but I would prefer more crit rate. So I'm going to look for some higher crit rate runes. And then for after that, yeah, your Verd is fine. You're just going for the 100% crit rate, which is good. Plus 75 speed, that's fine. And yeah, it doesn't really matter that he's on a fatal set as long as you're reaching the stat thresholds, which is perfectly okay. Yeah, so for your TOA team, I'm going to try to do Fran, Lauren, yeah, Beretta, which is on Despair. Okay, that's good. Actually, too much accuracy. So we could probably get rid of some accuracy on some of these runes, and then just look for other stats. So if you happen to have a couple other Despair runes that we could use, then yeah, we might use that. We'll just take a look. Mav is the slowest out of all those, so that's good. So yeah, so we'll use Fran, Lauren, Beretta, Mav, and probably Sigmaris, most likely. But your Sigmaris is not tanky, so we might run into trouble there, so we might put in Gorgo. But it depends. We'll see. You don't necessarily need a crit rate slot 4 for Gorgo, because his skill 3, which is the one that stuns, gets a 70% crit rate bonus when you use the skill. So if you have 30% crit rate, the 70% crit rate bonus will automatically apply to make him 100% crit. So he should land this as a crit and be able to stun, as the skill says. Alright, because it would be better if you ran him on like speed, HP. Yeah, the accuracy doesn't really need to be that high either. Yeah, you have way too much accuracy. 71%. You only need like 45%. I wouldn't even say that. You can go as low as like 35%. So, actually, yeah, let's just re-rune these right now. And then we'll also go through some of your runes and say what you can keep, what you shouldn't keep. Because I think you asked for that as well. Alright, so for this rune, yeah, I would keep it. And this could actually roll into all of these stats because there's a few monsters that you'll want to rune on like speed, crit rate, and attack percent for your despair runes. So if you happen to pull like a Zyros in the future, he's really good on despair, and you'll want him to have good attack, good crit rate, but then also have that speed. And on the despair set, it's really nice because with the skill 2 with the multi-hits, and then the skill 3 with the AoE hit, just really beneficial to have him be really fast and also hit really hard. Other units that could use this is like your Lapis, that'd be fine. And just really good AoE damage dealers, especially if there's speed on the rune. It's always really good. And then if you're looking for damage dealing runes, attack percent and crit rate are like the two main priorities, and then after that you want to go for crit damage and speed. Alright, this is a good rune. We'll definitely use this probably like on your Beretta. Having for your despair sets, having them fast and tanky, and then having some accuracy in there is always good. So we'll actually power this up to +6. We're most likely going to hang on to this rune no matter what it rolls into, because the count is still pretty fresh. So I don't know how many, so you're obviously not going to have like a diverse amount of runes to choose from. Yeah, oh beautiful, so I went to +6 speed there. So yeah, so with your despair runes, you're going to want them to be fast and tanky. So speed, HP, defense are what you're looking for. And we have a little bit bad internet connection here, so the rune power-ups might take a little bit longer. So I probably won't power up too many runes, at least not on video. But yeah, so this rune will most likely use for like Beretta, because you want your Beretta to be fast, take a lot of turns, so then Beretta could rotate its skills, decrease the attack bar with skill 2, and then do the AoE dots with the skill 3. Or continuous damage effects, if you don't want to call them dots. Alright, so runes like this, fantastic. So you have a +15 speed rune, which is great for slot 1, with some accuracy and speed on there. I mean, accuracy and HP on there as well, so it's really good. You could use this pretty much for any fast despair tanky unit that you want to use in the game. So you can put that like on Juno, Beretta, and who else would be useful on despair? Actually drawing a blank. Your Gorgo, that could work, your Dark Warbear. Your Water Homunculus, if you do happen to build a Homunculus, you'll want him to be fast and tanky as well, if you're going to use him for like TOA progression or TOA hard. Alright, this is good to keep, just because HP and attack percent are both max rolls at 8%. So if you get more max rolls at 8%, so if the HP goes into like 16 and then 24%, or same thing with like attack, excuse me, that means you can get like a maximum grind efficiency out of this. It'll still be a blue rune, but you could get like a purple rune, and with these stats, and then have like a flat stat in there, and then it could roll into the flat stat, and it'll just kill the rune. So this one you have a guaranteed for your roll to go into either one of these, and if it rolls well, then it's definitely going to be a keepable rune. The higher the stats, the better the rune. So that's and as long as it's like a grindable stat as well. Like percent stats are always better than flat stats, except for speed, obviously. But when the grindable stats, yeah, so the non-grindable stats are going to be like your crit damage, Yeah, non-grindable stats are gonna be your crit damage, your crit rate, and accuracy, and I think it's just those three. Everything else, it could be flat stats, and oh, and resistance. You can't grind resistance either. Yeah, so you can have your HP percent, attack percent, defense percent, and those 3% in speed are pretty much you want on all of your runes, preferably. And then, obviously, with some monsters, you'll want crit rate and accuracy on there. Alright, yeah, this rune, you don't want at all. Neither one of them are very useful. I would say if you're going to keep any rune, it would be one that has 6 speed already on there, if it's a blue rune, or a purple rune, and then it has like 2 garbage stats, if it has like flat HP and like resistance, but it happens to have like 6 speed on there, you'll roll it once to +3 to see if it rolls into speed, and then if it does roll into speed, then you can power it up like one more time to see if it rolls into speed again. But the second it misses a speed roll, and it only goes into like +10 speed, then it's not going to be a useful rune, especially because you have like 2 flat stats on there. This here, I would not keep. You only have one stat that's useful, which is the attack percent. Accuracy is okay, especially on despair runes, but you don't have speed or HP or defense percent to go along with it. So on a despair rune, like this rune's kind of all over the place. So it has accuracy on there and the attack percent, which are 2 max rolls for a 5-star rune at the moment. You could roll it to see if it goes into like the 35% attack percent, but even then, I just don't see it being worth it because all the other stats are not going to be beneficial for the rune, even if it does go into +35% attack. Because the stats just don't accommodate the attack percent, besides like maybe the crit damage, but even then it's very, very low. So this rune I would sell. Alright, so this could be okay. This could, an overall damage dealing rune, even though the crit damage and attack percent are low, the crit rate is a max roll, and then the HP percent is a max roll. The innate speed kind of sucks, just because you would prefer it to roll into speed for it to be faster, but if you're not too worried about like a fast damage dealing despair rune, then this is okay, because all of these are going to be at damage dealing stats. And then the HP percent is kind of there for kind of like a buffer. So since you're not going to be fast, you're most likely going to take a hit on your despair monster that's going to have this equipped. So you're going to take a hit from the enemy. So that HP percent is going to be nice to give you a little bit of tankiness and survivability. So all of these stats kind of work together. So I would say if it rolls into crit rate and attack percent, or even like 1 HP percent roll, like right at the beginning when you +3 and +6, if it rolls into each one of those, then keep rolling it and then see if it goes into the only thing you want to avoid is crit damage, but if it rolls into crit damage once, then that's okay. And if it rolls into all of them once, that's still okay, because it'll just be a balanced rune, and then your other runes you'll use to take like priorities for your other stats that you want in your monster. But overall, this could turn out okay, but it's not like a preferred rune that people would want on their account. Yeah, this right here, I'm gonna sell. The resistance is max roll, but you don't prioritize resistance when you have runes. That's probably like the least prioritized stat in the entire game, is resistance. Everything else is viable in some aspect. But yeah, but the attack percent here and the HP percent here are both minimum rolls, so even if it rolls max, like +7 into the next roll, then you only have like +11%, so you're still missing at minimum like 3% already on the rune before you even start rolling. So not really an efficient rune or helpful either. And it's on a despair set, and it has, when you see attack percent and HP percent on the same rune, it kind of like conflicts with itself, because your attack damage dealers, you want to have attack percent, crit rate, and crit damage, and a little bit of speed. And then with like your support units, you'll want speed, HP, and defense. So when you have a rune that has just kind of like a mosh posh of all of them together, then it just makes it for really weird rune, like a rune build for your units, because it doesn't have like efficient stats overall. I mean, they might be efficient, but they just don't have like stats that kind of like work with each other, if you know what I mean. It's like attack percent and crit rate and crit damage all go together to build a damage dealing unit. And then when you have attack percent and HP percent, it's like you're just trying to build like a, I don't know, like a damage dealing tanky unit, which doesn't really make sense because then you don't have the crit rate and crit damage to compensate for, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. Yeah, so this you could keep. No, I wouldn't use it. I mean, I wouldn't use this on my account. But if you're really looking to push in for the accuracy, if you're missing a lot of accuracy on one of your units, then maybe you can use this rune. No. I'll let you decide that. Since your account is so early on, like maybe you could find a use for it. I don't know. And the only reason why I'm suggesting to possibly keep this is just because of 4 speed there, which is still really slow. But if you could roll into like 20-something% accuracy just on this rune, and then you won't have to look for accuracy on any of your other runes, just because this one rolled so well. So then this rune will just take up a slot of just holding like your accuracy stats, and then you can look for your tanky and other support stats like your speed, HP, and defense on all of your other runes, and not have to worry about accuracy. So that would be like the only reason why I would consider this rune. Alright, yeah, but let's just, I'm just going to go ahead and rune up the Grago. So I'm going to look for Despair, HP percents. So you have that one on Beretta, so that's fine. Yeah, you definitely don't need all this accuracy here. You want your Grago to be a little bit tankier. So do you have defense percents? Okay. Just like this right here could be really good. Yeah. So we're going to power this up all the way to plus 12. Because no matter what this rolls into, hopefully we do avoid the resistance. And then we could just get the speed and accuracy. Yeah, like I said, the internet has been kind of garbage. So powering up these runes, we're going to see the spinning wheel quite a bit. But yeah, so for your Gorgo, like I said, his skill 3 gives you 70% crit when he uses that skill. And we rolled the resistance, which is kind of frustrating. But hopefully the next 2 rolls will at least go into speed and accuracy. But yeah, so with the skill 3, you get the 70% crit. So as long as we have 30% crit, then you're going to crit everybody, and you're going to get the stuns out for the AoE stuns. So I'm not too worried about him having high crit rate. And then, so we're just going to build him tanky, and roll the resistance again. Oh man. Alright. So that's kind of annoying. When runes don't roll the way you want them to, it gets kind of frustrating, but when it does it twice in a row, it gets pretty annoying. But yeah. So we got kind of unlucky. But we're going to change out the crit rate slot 4. We're going to put this rune in there. And then we'll be able to change one of the other runes. We're going to change the slot 6 as well for the accuracy. And hopefully get in like an HP, preferably like an HP percent in there. That'd be nice. And then hopefully we could take out the slot 2 with the HP percent and then put in like a speed, I don't know, any sort of speed rune there. Because you want your Gorgo to be semi-fast, but then also tanky. But yeah, so this is going to be for your TOA run. So we're going to do Beretta speed lead, and then have Fran and Lauren in there, Gorgo, and I'm missing one unit. Mav. And then we're going to have Mav in there as well. So Mav will be the slowest, so everybody's going to take a turn and do what they do, and then Mav will go last, and then use his skill 3, which will reset, well it won't reset, it'll just decrease the cooldown time of everybody's skills by 1 turn, so it'll just help turn cycle everybody's skills throughout the TOA run. Yeah, so that's why you make Mav the slowest on the team. So we're going to have Gorgo be a little bit faster than that. Your Fran and Lauren are fine, and they're already fast enough. So I'm going to try to change the slot 4 on Fran. Um, yeah, because I think you had attack percent there, so we're going to try to do an HP percent. If not, I think your Fran was tanky enough. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, so we're going to try to complete the TOA floor 70 for you, and then try to go through some of these runes. Yeah, like I said, I probably won't go through all of these runes, just because, as you can see here, this Wheel of Doom, yeah, just because the internet at my place has been pretty garbage for a little while. Alright, but I'm going to stop powering this up, because powering to plus 12 is probably going to take quite some time. But we did get a couple stats that I was looking for, so that's good. Alright, now we're going to look for an HP percent over here. I'm also actually going to look for a speed rune. Doesn't matter what rune it is. That could work. I mean, a Despair would be fine. It doesn't have to be Despair. I'm just going to look for anything that has decent tankiness to it. Yeah, I'm not too worried about having the blade set on there. Yeah, so I might just give him this rune. It has the tankiness on here, so that's good. Yeah, you don't have to complete sets. So since you have the 2 blade sets, you have the 1 in slot 2 and 1 in slot 4. That doesn't really matter. The priority should be the stats, and then the sets should come second. Yeah, but getting the stats on your monsters is always going to be more important. So if you can combine like 6 runes together, but none of them are an actual like rune set, I mean, as long as you get the stats there, then you're good to go. If you're able to get more, like yeah, we'll just give an example. If you're able to get more attack percent on your Sigmaris by using like 2 violent runes, a will rune, a blade rune, and like 2 like swift runes, and you get like 2 plus 2,000 attack. But your fatal set that you equip to them altogether gets only like 1,700 attack. It's like, why wouldn't you use the like the random runes just so then you can get those higher stats? Like, just because you have a fatal set doesn't mean that it's efficient. It becomes efficient once all the runes actually get the efficient stats that you need that coincide with the rune build that you're trying to do. Ugh. Oh, the Wheel of Doom. Yeah, this is definitely not the Comtua server. This is just, I'm using my old device, my old phone for streaming, but it no longer has like my phone number or anything attached to it, so I can't use my actual phone plan for doing this, so I have to just use the Wi-Fi, and it just sucks. Wi-Fi is garbage. Yeah, so we get to sit here and enjoy some rune power-ups. But I do like that it went into the defense percent a couple times. So that just encourages me more to do an HP percent slot 6 rune, since now we're getting a bunch of our defensive stats on all of our other runes. So we did get the defense percent slot 4, and then now we have a big defense percent stat in our slot 2. So yeah, I'm going to look for an HP percent that has like a high speed for slot 6, but then I don't have to worry about it having like a lot of defense on there, because we're already getting that stat in other runes. And yeah, and if you didn't know, you can't get flat attack or attack percent in slot 3, and then you cannot get defense or defense percent in slot 1. You'll never see those on any of your runes. And those are the only 2 runes that have those type of restrictions. You can get stats on all of your other runes. The attack percent, defense, HP, all those could be on all of the runes, but just slot 1 can't get the defense, and then slot 3 cannot get attack. But there's like weird limitations of runes when it comes to, like, slot 2 is the only one that can have a speed as a main stat. Slot 4 is the only one to have crit damage as a main stat. and then slot 6 is the only one that has accuracy and resistance as a main stat. Alright, so that's going to go there, and then we're going to get an HP percent over here. Preferably one with a little bit of speed on there. That could work. I mean, since we're not using this currently on anybody, I might just put this on here. Yeah, so we still have the Despair build, which is good. Just has a lot of attack on there. You don't necessarily need a whole lot of attack. Let's see what other Despair runes that we have up here. Yeah, like this could work. Yeah, this could definitely be fine. And since we're losing the accuracy slot 6, our accuracy goes down to actually like 23%. So if we put in this, that'll bump it up to 28. Wait, that actually has some accuracy in there, so never mind, no it won't. Alright. That has a little bit of accuracy and speed. That has 6 accuracy. Alright, so we're going to look for accuracy. 12%. How much speed does this have? Alright, so this one you're just basing off the crit rate, which we will need at least 30%. So let's see if we can find another one with crit rate. Alright, yeah, that could be fine. That puts us exactly at, I think, yeah, that'll put us exactly at 30. And that puts us at 28%. 28% accuracy. Could put that as a little bit more. That's 29% if we just keep that rune. Alright, yeah, that could be fine. And that should make us faster than the Bernard. I mean, not Bernard, the Mav. We're just going to apply this for now. So this will put us above the 30% crit rate threshold. So with skill 3, we'll still give him 100% crit rate, so then he could do the stuns. The accuracy could be a little bit better, but I'm not too worried about it. The tankiness, yeah, the tankiness is what I'm worried about. But once you 6-star him, then I don't think that'll be a. I don't think it'll be a problem. How fast is your Mav? 172. Alright, this is just faster. Alright, yeah. And then for up here, we're going to try to change your Sigmaris to an attack percent up there. I mean, I would prefer a Blade Rune up there. Alright, if we can't get that, what other stats do we have on here? We have speed and a little bit of crit damage. Yeah, I'm not going to try to change them too much, because it's obviously already working for you, so I don't want to make like drastic changes. We might be able to actually do this. Can we take out any of these other runes? No, that has too high a crit. We have an attack percent that we could take out here. That'd be a lot of speed that we miss out on. what about a crit damage rune? This is actually a really good rune. Yeah, this is a really good rune. Yeah, we're losing a little bit too much HP though. I don't like that we're missing out on that much HP. Yeah, but this could roll into quite a bit of speed, crit rate, and HP percent. I mean, I would definitely, and then you can enchant out the flat defense and for attack percent, and this will just be, yeah, this is just going to be a really, really nice rune. I don't know where you got this one from. Maybe from the event, if you did that. It's possible. Alright, has up. Yeah, alright, so we will, alright. So I'm going to work on your crow. Alright, so we're going to look for attack percent here. Right. Actually, can we get speed with crit rate and attack? Nothing too crazy there. I would like it to be faster. Or at least have higher crit rate. Alright, let's check out these blade runes. I mean the fatal runes. So crit rate and crit damage. See if we can find something a little bit higher. We could power this one up. And we'll power this one up. Yeah, all these stats right here are kind of useless. Except for the crit rate. The HP is fine. Yeah, this one has good speed, so I don't really want to touch it. Alright, yeah, so we'll power this one up. And then change this out on your crow. And then... was there a slot 5 that I saw? That'll probably take that. And then I'll double check the slot 1 energy rune. Yeah, but since your Giants team is successful with these runes that you have equipped on your monsters, I don't want to change them too drastically. Because I still want you to be able to farm the Giants runs. And there's really no point like doing crazy modifications to it if it works, right? Yeah, and anything that's between like a minute and 20 seconds and under, or even under like a minute and 30 seconds, and it's safe, like, as close to like 100% safe as possible, that you just never fail the runs, then I would say like don't change it unless you want to change up your team. Because like safe runs are more important than having like a 30-second team that may be successful like 90% of the time. Because then you're just wasting energy, and like unless you truly are looking at your phone every 30 to 45 seconds, which I don't advocate because that's pretty unhealthy as a habit. But I mean, if you have the time to do it, then I mean, go for it. But not, I would say, if you have a team that's around like a minute and 30 seconds and under, then don't make drastic changes to your team. Yeah, but we'll go back to like the rune topic here. So this rune is very beneficial for, I would actually say, more of like a support unit, just because it has the HP, defense percent, and speed in there. But the crit rate and crit damage do help out with making your damage dealer a little tankier. And since the rune that you currently have equipped only had the 10 crit rate, everything else was like resistance, flat attack, then it's not the rune that you have equipped isn't as useful as this rune would be for overall stats. But we're actually not hitting crit rate, which is kind of unfortunate because I was hoping that this rune would hit a little bit more crit, because that's one thing that I do want to increase on your crow. So when your crow uses its skill 3, then it is more than likely to hit really hard with the high crit rate. But the other stats now we could have on this rune, and then for one of your other slots, I'll look for something that has more crit rate. This is something that you could do just like on, I don't know, maybe like once a week when you're done farming for the week on every Saturday. You'll have, I mean, with the speed team that you have currently, you should be able to farm about 2 to 4 million mana a day, depending on how much you play and how many crystals you have. But if you just farm for like a couple hours a day, then you should have plenty of runes to go through on Saturday and go through, power some of them up. If they don't roll well, then you could sell them, and then if you want to use your mana to change around runes on your monsters, then you can, or just wait till free rune removal day and just remember the runes that you powered up, and then just make the changes to your units. Yeah, and you pretty much just do that like on a month-to-month basis. But I pretty much just go through my runes every Saturday and power some stuff up, and then if the rune just happens to be better than something that I already have equipped, then I'll just go ahead and make the change. I think it usually costs like 100,000 mana to make that one rune change. Yeah, so we're going to gain some speed here, so I do like that. We lose very little attack and very little HP. And when you power this up to plus 15, if you want to, just like you did this rune, then you get that 500 more HP, so you're actually going to gain HP here. So we just lose crit rate, which I don't like, so I'm going to have to look for crit rate on another rune to increase it back up. Yeah, but we do gain speed, a little bit of crit damage. Yeah, so that's not too bad. I don't like that we're going to lose speed there. That's kind of rough. Yeah, we're not going to touch the Verd. We could see if one of these runes rolls into high crit rate. Yeah, because we do need it to be around 15% or higher. But if I could put a Fatal Rune here, then that means one of these other runes I'd be able to change out. Alright, so let's see if we have another one with another rune that has really good crit rate on it. Do we have an attack percent with big crit rate? Not bad. And I really don't want to lose that 16 speed right there. That actually has a big crit rate stat, so we'd actually gain 7. What all do we lose? So we'll lose crit rate, crit damage. I'd prefer to use a 6-star rune, just because if they miss a roll, it's not as punishing. Yeah. But if we do change out this Fatal Rune, then I would prefer to put a Fatal Rune back on here, because I think we'll lose almost too many stats if we take off this Fatal set. Alright, so we're going to go through, power up some of these runes, and hopefully they roll into crit rate. Yeah, I'm going to try to get your Crow to at least like 75% crit rate, and then try to give him a little bit more attack, and then some more speed though. I want him to have more speed. Because Crow is going to be really beneficial for when you start pushing in the Rift Beasts, and if you have a well-built Crow, he's definitely going to carry your Rift Beast dungeons. because he's really, really strong. Like, he does the damage based on the amount of debuffs, and then he does his own defense break. I think he does a branding as well, I'm pretty sure. And then the team up as well. So all that together is just so beneficial for the Rift Beast teams. Alright, so this is going to attack percent. If we can get one roll, a decent roll into crit rate, I'd be okay with this. If it goes into like 10% crit rate. Because we're going to lose 5% from this rune, but that means... so we're going to lose 5% crit rate when we take out the energy rune up on top. And then put it this rune, as long as it rolls into 10% crit rate. But then we could change out the slot 3 for that other rune that has, like, I think 7% more crit rate, so we're actually going to gain a little bit. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So it did do that. And then I think this one also had a little bit of attack, but we're actually going to gain more attack here. So that's good. Yeah, but now we could take out this rune for one that has higher crit rate. So we could do this. And then we could still try to keep the energy set. So actually, let's just look at energy runes that you have crit rate down here on. Because this one, okay, yeah, so this one has speed on there. Alright. Cool. Let's see if we can get maybe 2 rolls into crit rate and then 1 into speed. That'd be like the dream. Get 10 speed and like 17% crit rate. Let's see if it happens. Yeah, but as you're going through your runes, this is one thing that I would suggest is as you're going through there. Alright, so we did good in the crit rate right there. Yeah, so as you're going through your runes, you want to look for the stats that that you're looking for on your monsters. And that's actually a horrible explanation. So, how do I want to try to explain it? It's yeah, stats that like benefit the other stats on the rune. And like just benefits the monster as a whole. So like speed, HP, defense are pretty much like the most versatile stats that you could have on all runes. Interesting. So that went into all crit rate. I actually kind of like that. So we gain speed. You're going to gain more stats once you power this to plus 12. You're going to gain more stats when you power this to plus 12. And then if you want to plus this to plus 15, I wouldn't recommend it. I would hold off on that and save your mana for powering up all the other runes. But now we gain more speed while maintaining decent stats. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, so you want, so for like your damage dealers, you're going to want runes that have attack percent, crit rate, and crit damage on that rune. And then if you could, for the force stat, if you can get HP percent or speed preferably, but if you could also get HP percent, that's really good. And then for like damage dealing units that need a little bit of accuracy, kind of like your, I don't know, maybe like Sigmaris, because you're trying to land like the stuns and the freezes with the skill 2 and skill 3. Or if you have like a Zyros or Akia, whoever you want to use as your damage dealer. As long as you have, like the speed will help compensate if you don't have a big amount of HP, because you'll be able to hopefully take a turn before the enemy, especially if you have like an attack bar booster like Megan and Bernard. Alright. And then for your, oh actually I wanted to change your Fran real quick before we tried out TOA. We're going to try to change out this rune for an HP percent. But yeah, so your support units are going to be looking for speed, defense, HP, a little bit of accuracy on there if they have a skill that needs accuracy. And then if not, then you're going to look for yeah, then you're just going to look for runes that have speed, HP, and defense percent, and then whatever other stat that could help. Like with Fran, she doesn't need a whole lot of accuracy, so if you have speed, HP, and defense percent, and then like attack percent on the rune, that'd be fantastic because her heals are based off of her attack as well. Actually, let's just not make the change and stop talking here for a little while. And just see if we can run this. Okay, so we're going to take out Crow. We don't need that. And we're going to go for right here. Because I think with this stage, it has all the revenges on it. So we're going to look for stuns. And the stuns are going to be more important. And then having your monsters tankier, so then they can survive all the revenge procs from, because I think it's Artemiel, and what, the 2 Monkey Kings, and then I think the 2 Yetis. Pretty sure that's what this is. Alright, yeah, so we're just going to run this, see if we can do it. Beretta will be there for the continuous damage effects, and also the skill 2. But we do not want to auto this. I'm going to try to manual it all. Antares is a huge pain in the ass because of all the procs that he gets. So hopefully we can get some despair stuns, which would be really nice. Oh, the skill 3 is only single target. Huh. Alright. Yeah, I haven't used Gorgo before, so this will be a learning experience for me as well. And those Antares procs are annoying. Alright, so we're going to just try to control all the Antares on here. Because they're just super annoying. Oh, here we go. That's the one that's AoE. Gotcha. We'll taunt you, because he also gains, he also recovers his own HP, which is really nice for Mav. Yeah, I'll just keep on the attack breaks. Antares, stop rocking. Hopefully we can get some despair stuns out of this. That's good. Get the immunity up, get the heals. The attack buff isn't really that important. As you see here, I'm picking the units that have like the most attack bar, and I'm trying to focus them to hopefully get like despair stuns, attack bar pushback. Yeah, with here, get the stun. Oh, we don't get the stun, it got resisted. Okay, keep him full. He's gonna get, Mav is gonna get focused a lot during this fight. Because you have three Antares going against him, and he's the only wind unit. We got some despair stuns there, that's nice. Get a despair stun here. Nope. Yeah, if these Antares keep on proccing though, it's definitely gonna become an issue. Yeah. Give the attack speed buff, and then also decrease the cooldowns. Gonna reduce your attack bar. Get some heals up here, and the immunity. Immunity is very helpful. AoE, only got 1 stun. Attack bar pushback. He doesn't really need the heal right now, so we're just gonna go for maybe a stun, because he does have a stun on his skill 1. Despair stun? Nope. Alright, don't need to do a whole lot there. I'm gonna try to do attack bar pushback, and the attack break actually is really nice. Alright, attack bar pushback. Kill is just fine as well. Can we stun? Beautiful. Alright, stun? Nope. Alright, yeah, so we'll heal him now. Then now we'll just focus the Antares on the right, because we have 2 dots, or 2 continuous damage effects on both the Gragos here. Or Grego, I think his name is. Yeah. I'll just focus him down. Good stuff. Alright, so we're going to get the attack buff and the immunity up, and then we're going to try to focus down the Sigmaris first, because they're going to actually focus down Beretta, which is not going to be good. So we can actually taunt the Sigmaris. Oh, we miss it, so that's not good. Actually, I didn't check your Mav to look at the stats. I just knew that he's slower. Cool, so we got the attack break. We're going to get attack bar pushback, get the slow. Try to reset your attack bar. Don't get it. Can we get some stuns? No stuns. Alright. We're going to reduce the cooldowns. Give everybody the speed buff. Alright, attack bar pushback. Attack bar pushback. Ooh, they got the stun and the slows. It's not good. Can we get the stun here? Good. Got the stun. Attack bar pushback. Cool. Stun. Push back your attack bar. We'll get the taunt onto just one of these guys here. I don't really care who it is. Well, now we'll get the immunity back up, get some heals. So that's nice. Yeah, so the focus is on TOA, watching the attack bars, and prioritizing the units that you need to prioritize. Like here, for this wave, making sure that I prioritize the Sigmaris is important, because if they kill Beretta, then we get into a lot of trouble. Because we're definitely going to need Beretta for the next fight. I don't think it matters. Attack bar pushback. Cool, just a kill. That's nice. AoE stun? Nope. We get a despair stun? Nope. Alright, keep on pushing Sigmaris' attack bar back. He has 2 dots on him, so I don't really need to focus him. So that was kind of a waste of an attack right there. Ooh. Nice stuns. So hopefully we can get a stun right here. Nice. Get some dots. Good. And we got a stun as well. If we do get stunned, I'm going to save this for a cleanse, and I'm just going to try to taunt him up right now. Alright, we missed the taunt. Focused on the one in the middle. Kill it. Get a heal. Push attack bar back. Nice. Get a stun. Nope. Attack bar pushback. Stun. There we go. Push his attack bar back. We're not going to focus on the left because he was stunned. Cool. Got that one stunned. The continuous damage effect in the middle is going to kill, so I'm just going to start focusing on the left. And since the one on the left is slowed, I could also start focusing the one on the right. Cool, so we got the stun on him, so we'll go back to the one on the left. Nice. Now we have a bunch of attack bar reduction from Lauren with the attack bar pushback, yeah, Mav with the stun, Fran with the attack bar pushback, and then Gorgo and Beretta with possible despair stuns. So it's all just really nice. Alright, so I'm going to put the immunity up right now. We'll put the defense break. Oh, so we didn't get the attack speed slow, so that's kind of unfortunate. But hopefully we can get some despair stuns in here. So we got one. Can we get some more? Ooh, missed all those. That's not good. So we're going to cleanse and give the speed buff. Oh man, that's rough. Yikes. So I'm going to push the attack bar back at the Yeti on the right, because Gorgo is actually running low on health, and he's getting focused by everything. Can we get the stun on one of these monkeys? Cool, so we did get one. That's good. I'm actually going to taunt the monkey, or not. Push your attack bar back, give an attack break. Can't do that either. We're struggling a little bit here. So this might actually take a couple tries. Oh, yeah, that's not good. We missed quite a bit of despair stuns. We're also missing some skill ups. Anybody need a heal at the moment? Not really. Ooh, man, those turns are really starting to hurt. Keep pushing his attack bar back. Stuns? Only one. I need you to stay alive. Keep pushing your attack bar back. All the revenges, though, are really brutal. going to push your attack bar back or not. She's actually not pushing back a lot of the attack bar either. We're missing a lot of our abilities. We have to go back and check the accuracy on the units. Oh man, yeah, that's rough. Alright, yeah, so we lost this. Yeah, we missed quite a bit. So let's see, where's your Mav? Oh, he only has 18% accuracy. Alright, so that's why he's definitely missing a lot. We can make him a little bit slower and get his accuracy up there. Alright, so do we have HP percent with accuracy? So that gives them a little bit of accuracy. Have defense? Should we put a defense percent here? And it won't hurt. Yeah, we'll see what this rolls into. Yeah. So if we get speed and accuracy in here, that'd be nice. Yeah, I should have went through some of your units to see where their accuracy stood. So with TOA, you want them to be as close to 45% accuracy as possible. If you go over, then it's just over 45%, then it's kind of a waste of a stat. So we're going to try to get your units as close to 45% accuracy as we can, while still maintaining their tankiness and maintaining their speed. So I'm hoping to roll at least once into speed here. If it goes to like 7, 8, 9, like, that's all fine. Yeah, so hopefully we can just maintain his speed a little bit. But it's okay if Mav is not too fast, because you do want him to go last throughout the entire team. Okay, so he did get speed 1, so that's good. Yeah, but you want yeah, your units have to be tanky, but then they also have to be reliable. So you have to rely on their skills to do what they're supposed to do. So with the attack bar pushback from Lauren and the defense break and the attack speed slow, we're going to miss a lot of those because we're missing the harmful effect rate on your skill 1 and skill 2. So we won't get as much attack bar pushback and we won't get as many attack speed slows as we need. And then with Mav, you want to make sure that he hits his taunt on his skill 2. He's going to recover with his skill 2. Like recover his own HP, but then getting that taunt is just really helpful. So then, because like all of the monsters were attacking Gorgo in the last of that fight, because he had low HP. But if Mav is able to taunt at least one of those monsters and absorb some of that that damage, then that just helps us keep alive one of our other monsters. Fran was doing just fine. And then I need to check to see if you have skill ups on your Fran as well. Because skill ups on Lauren, Fran, Mav are really beneficial. With Fran just being able to keep that immunity up, and then also just keep on rotating those heals. Yeah, but every time you crit, Artemiel is going to do a revenge. The Wind Monkeys always have a chance. I think they have like a 25% chance to proc a revenge attack against you. And then the Yetis, I think, are also, whenever you crit, they have a chance to revenge against you. So critting is kind of sucks. So it's nice that we did reduce the crit rate on your Gorgo. So his skill 2 is going to AoE hit, and then hopefully we get a Despair Stun with it. If not, then hopefully he doesn't crit anybody, so then we don't get Revenge procced. But the skill 3 is always going to crit, but hopefully it gets a stun, so that crit will actually be worth it if he does stun one unit. And then with the Beretta, we're going to have to check his accuracy because we need to make sure that he lands that continuous damage effects and then also landing that skill 2. Excuse me, because that skill 2 with the attack bar pushback all the way down to 0 is really useful, especially against like Artemiel when you don't want him to take a lot of turns because you don't want him to heal and stuff like that. Alright, so we're going to lose 1 speed, but we gain 21 accuracy, so we'll be up at 39. So that's actually really good. So we'll keep that. We lose a little bit of defense, but I'm not too worried about that. So now he's a little bit better. But yeah, that accuracy is important. So Beretta has actually 61% accuracy. Okay, so we were missing quite a bit. Alright, so we just weren't getting lucky then with Beretta. Yeah, decent speed. Maybe we can make Beretta a little bit tankier. Did we power up a rune up here for anybody? Oh, so this one was... So we could make him a little bit faster if we wanted to. But the speed is just fine. So I'm not too worried about that. Lauren... Accurate? Yeah. The harmful effect rate is really what we're missing here. Yeah, the defense break with the attack speed slow. Alright, so we're going to try that again. But I did want to try something for your dragons. I'm going to try to take out Bella here, and I'm going to put in Crow. I'm going to hope that Lauren gets the strip off of the will. Yeah, let's see how this goes. Because we did make your Crow a little bit faster. I don't remember the damage, though. Yeah, we're going to put this on auto and see how this goes. With Verd in there, and your Verd was decently fast. I think it was like plus 75 speed. Something close to that. So he should be able to rotate enough skills in there that we could take probably 2 turns before the tower takes a turn on the boss. So let's make sure that we have it. Boss and boss. Cool. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, so Sigmaris is not tanky enough to be able to withstand that. And the crystals just do massive damage. Yeah, so that's gonna hurt. This is most likely gonna be a failed run. Yeah, we're missing the defense breaks with Lauren. Got the branding, so that's nice. Yeah, too late for the attack buff. Yeah, the crow is not critting. Yeah, so getting a good amount of crit on him is definitely beneficial. As you can see, with him not critting, he definitely does not do the damage that he should be doing. Alright, but we're still able to push the attack bar back, and even without Sigmaris, we actually still beat this. So this is actually okay. I'd prefer to get higher crit on the crow. New best time, so that's nice. Very nice rune, wow. Very nice. Okay. So we're going to... I mean, we got his... There's really not much else we could do with him. Unless... Do we have a speed slot 2 here with good crit rate? Not really. Yeah, that would have to roll both in the crit rate. We would only get 2% more. Just put him at 70, which is not terrible. Alright, yeah, we'll just leave him the way he is. It's fine. Sig is fine. It's fine. Alright, so yeah, we're just going to try to do TOA one more time. Beretta was fine. Yeah, so I think we just got bad RNG. I mean, sometimes you just have to run a floor a couple times in order to get it to work. Yeah, and I think we just got unlucky. Oh, I gotta stop autoing. Alright, so I really just want to stop the Xantaases from proccing. So hopefully we get some good despair stuns on them. Alright, so we are not fortunate enough there. So I'm gonna taunt him here. There we go, landing it. So that's good. So he'll absorb those. Everybody has attack break on them except for this guy. Okay. And we missed it. Alright. Yeah, those procs are definitely frustrating with Xantaares. An annoying unit in RTA and an annoying unit in TOA. Alright. Use a skill 3, try to rotate the skills, decrease the cooldown times. Give him a big heal. Alright, let's push some attack bars back. Alright, can we get a stun? Nope. How about stun here? Alright. Push your attack bar back. Do a taunt on you. Nope, but we still recovered our HP, so that's fine. Cool, got a nice stun. Stop proccing, please. Attack break. Nope. Attack bar pushback. That's good. Ooh. Yeah, we just lost there. Yeah, so we definitely get bad luck with some of this RNG. Try it again. I'm gonna try to beat this for you. So, if we can't get it after like a couple more tries, then I'll stop, and then I'll just try to... Maybe I'll just go through some of your runes. And, yeah. Maybe we'll just go through some of the runes. I think your Dragon's team will be fine. Hopefully your Sigmaris doesn't get focused the next time. Your Giants team is already fine. So there's really no point for me to touch your Giants team. It's already under 1 minute and 30 seconds. So that's more than enough. Get a stun here. Nice. Alright, so I'm going to do this now. So we don't get attack speed slowed. Go for some attack bar reduction. Ugh. Alright, so now that I use my AoE abilities for the stuns, I'm gonna use Mav's skill 3 to try to reset their cooldowns. Cool, got some stuns in. There you go. Actually, yeah, let's increase your HP a little bit more. Use your skill 2. Attack bar pushback. You can proc anyway. There we go. Stun. Actually, I should be focusing more on the Xantaares, because they're the ones that actually proc. The Gregos don't do actually a whole lot of damage until an ally dies. As I say that, I keep on focusing them down. Oh, could you guys stop? Go, give him a cleanse. Attack bar pushback. There we go. Stuns? No stuns. Yeah, we're just getting really unlucky with these despair stuns. Alright, really gonna start focusing down these Xantaares. Because if they proc like that, alright, we're actually gonna go for a taunt so we can get a big heal in. Because I don't want him to die. probably could have gone for that heal. Actually, no, that doesn't matter. We should be fine. Can you stop rocking? Get out of here. There we go. Actually, we'll get a heal on him now. I don't want to, yeah, I don't want to use Fran's like skill 3, especially with this little amount of monsters left on the field. Because when we go through to the next stage, we do get a little bit of a heal. Yeah, so I don't want to waste that skill 3. But now we'll use it. Get the immunity up, which is important. Alright, focus down the Sigmarises again. Get some despair stuns. Or don't, that's fine. Can we get a taunt on you? There we go, beautiful. Alright. You already have the attack break. Push your attack bar back. Reduce your attack bar. Stun you. Cool. Now we'll start focusing on the Sigmarises again. Push your attack bar back. Ouch. You get a stun. Attack bar pushback. Yikes, that's what I did not want to happen. Okay. Yeah, Sigmar's taking a turn is just brutal. The AoE stuns, the freezes, the big damage that it puts out is definitely rough. Yeah, when they start focusing Beretta, we do want Beretta to stay alive, because the continuous damage effects are what's going to really help us out during the last part, with the Yetis and the Monkey Kings. So I'm contemplating about which Sigmaris I want to go for. I don't know if the Mav is going to move next, so I'll just go for this one. Yeah, I do want to cleanse. Yep, use a skill 3. Still no despair stuns. Pretty unlucky. Get one here. Nope, still none. Alright, we're going to taunt there. So that's good. We're going to reduce your attack bar. There we go. Attack break, attack bar pushback here. Maybe stun. There we go. Yeah, once you get skill ups on your monsters as well, it'll definitely help make this easier, because then they're able to get access to their skills a lot more often. Alright, cool. So now they both have the slow on them, so that's good. So now we're just going to utilize their skill 1s. Still take control of these guys, but I want to make sure everybody has their abilities up for the next round. Because the next stage is obviously the hardest part. I'm going to want to get Fran's immunity up so then we don't get stunned by the Monkey Kings when they revenge. Her attack buff isn't that important. But, yeah, but everybody else's skills, being able to get the possible despair stuns is good. So we're going to put an attack break on... Oh, never mind. No, we're not. Attack bar pushback on this guy. Cool, we got the slow on there as well. Hopefully we get some despair stuns here. We got one. Despair stuns here too. Okay, we got one. We're going to cleanse. Alright. Now we'll heal, get the immunity up. Yikes. Alright. So we're going to start focusing down just one target at a time. Can we stun you? There we go. Ooh. That's rough. Alright. I'm going to taunt you. Definitely going to give you a heal. Attack bar pushback on you. Oh, no defense break though. Can we stun? No. Alright, yeah, so this is good. It's getting pretty rough. Cool, we got a stun there, so that's... Oh. Yeah, this is not good. Attack break. And we are not landing any debuffs, like, at all. So we got all the stuns. Is your... Wait. Your heal's not up yet? Is your Fran skilled up? Could have swore we've taken enough turns so far. Guess not. Oh, there goes Beretta. Alright, yeah, so we just lost again. Alright, yeah, skill ups are going to be very important for you. Because yeah, this round should be definitely a lot easier. Cool. And the big heal just came out. Yeah, that's GG. Alright. Is your friend skilled up? Oh, not all the way. Okay, yeah, so you need to skill up your units as well. Yeah, with secret dungeons being available for you to be able to skill up these units, you definitely should be focusing on skilling them up. Yeah, this needs to get the cooldown time reduced. You could fuse Beretta skill ups. The Beretta skill ups aren't actually as important as much as your other units. So this one could actually wait. I would try to get the skill 3 up here. Yeah, but Lauren, I mean today is Sunday, so I mean you should have been farming skill ups for your Lauren. Very easy to skill her up. Just farm up those skill ups, and then with Fran, get her skilled up. Yeah, that 25% effective rate right here is really important. Oh yeah, and then get skill ups for this guy too. These are also easy to farm. So tomorrow during the secret dungeon, farm up Grago skill ups as well, or Gorgo, whatever his name is. And then Mav, I think you just have to summon penguins for him. Alright. So it looks like you're preparing for... Alright, I'm gonna run your Dragons team again. Because your Giants team is fine. And you've been doing quite a bit of Giants farming. And I would recommend just maintain doing your Giants farming. I'm gonna run this again to see if I could enhance it at all. Because I feel like your account is just kind of stuck in limbo right now as you 6-star more units and as you farm for the skill ups. Because your progression is definitely going to hit a wall. Yeah, from just not having the units available, not having the skill ups, and the because your rune quality is fine. Like you're able to farm the dungeons. You got up to TOA floor 70. Now you just have to maybe 6-star your units, and also just get them the skill ups, and then they should be able to do that floor just fine. I mean, I've never used Gorgo before, so that's definitely a new experience for me. But I know he could definitely work, because people have used him, but I just haven't personally. Yeah, and I would like to go through some of your runes. Maybe suggest on which ones to power up. And with Sigmara surviving with this Dragon's Run, this should be a little bit faster. We just got bad luck on the first time we did it. Yeah, so 1 minute and 20 seconds, definitely not bad. And then even when Sigmaris died, you were still able to clear it. So, but that's making sure, that's also assuming that Lauren is going to land her strip with her skill 2 and do the attack bar pushback. So once you get even more skill ups with her, and then this harmful effect rate goes up, then you'll be able to strip even more reliably. Yeah, that's pretty good. Minute and 20 seconds Dragons team, and then also like a minute and 20 seconds Giants team is definitely very solid for 20 minutes. And 20 minutes, 20 days into the game. Yeah, so let's go through some of these runes here. So I'm just gonna go through just all of them, ones that you haven't powered up. All right, so blade runes. You're gonna sell this rune. Why would I sell this rune? Because one, it's a blade rune. So on your blade runes, you're most likely are going to equip a blade rune to a unit that is looking for crit rate, and for attack percent and crit damage, and speed. And unless the rune has really good stats on it, like plus, for like a purple rune, if it has 6 speed, 8% HP, and 8% defense. Or since it's a slot 1, you can't get defense in there. So if it has like plus 6 speed, plus 8%, even plus 7% HP, and then plus like 7% attack. You could even go with like 5 speed, it doesn't have to be 6. Then I would keep that rune. But something like this, you only have one grindable stat in here, which is your HP percent. And with a 6-star rune, the HP percent could either be 5%, 6%, 7%, or 8%. So right here it's 6%. So we actually say this is a low roll, because 5 and 6 are low rolls, and then 7 and 8 would be a high roll. So you only have one grindable stat, which is your HP percent, and it's a low roll, so that would pretty much just make this rune useless. Unless it had the crit rate in there instead of crit damage, then you could argue that that could be a little bit more effective, since you would be looking for a crit rate on a crit rate rune, because you're just trying to max out the crit on your unit. But with all that being said, this is not a good rune, so we are going to get rid of it. This rune right here, definitely power it up. Speed, crit rate, and attack, and then also the innate crit damage on here is fantastic. This is probably going to be like one of your best runes on your account for one of your damage dealers in the game. Especially if you can find another blade rune that can also have some of these stats on here, with like if you could find like a slot 3 blade rune that has good crit rate, crit damage, and speed on it. This rune and that rune would be fantastic. We'll see if we can find another one. But yeah, but definitely power this up, keep it. It's going to be a good rune. This is horrible. This is a horrible rune. Low rolls on everything, and the only grindable stat is attack percent, and mainly with Swift runes, you're looking for speed. Like the whole point of Swift runes is to try to maximize the speed that you have on your units. So unless the rune has really good stats on it, like the speed, HP, defense, and attack percent, grindable stats, I'm just going to refer to them all as grindable stats now. So unless the rune has grindable stats on there, multiples thereof, then I would just sell it. Yep. So if the Swift rune doesn't have speed, and then also doesn't have at least 2 grindable stats on there, I would say at least 2. Sometimes I would say just argue for make sure that it has 3 grindable stats, but if not, since you're still early game, you can go for ones that have 2 grindable stats. But yeah, since this Swift rune does not have speed and at least 2 grindable stats, I'm getting rid of it. Because you're just not going to use that on anybody. Alright, this has good crit rate, good crit damage. It has a max crit damage and almost max crit rate and almost max accuracy. So this could be useful for a damage dealer if you're really looking to push your crit rate and crit damage. Then you can see what else it rolls into. I wouldn't prioritize powering this up right now, but if you really need like a slot 1 with good crit rate and crit damage, maybe you have it like on a bulldozer or a copper, then you could hang on to this rune and just see how it rolls. But for right now, I wouldn't prioritize it until you're looking for a slot 1 that has high crit rate and high crit damage. Then you could power this up to see what it rolls into. Nope, same thing as your other Swift rune that we sold. This only has 1 grindable stat, the attack percent, and the other stuff is just useless. And it's a Swift rune with no speed, so you're pretty much a dead rune. Alright, so this one has speed on there. So with this rune, you're only looking for speed. If it rolls into crit damage or HP flat, then you're not going to want to use this rune. So we'll power it up to +3 for you. And if it goes into speed, then we'll go to +6. If it goes to speed again, we can go to +9. Yeah, but you're just looking for this just to roll out speed. Alright, it just went into crit damage. So we do not care. We're just going to sell it. Since you have this is a new account, this could actually go into +16 speed, which will be one of your faster runes for now, for a Swift rune. So this would be the only time I would suggest rolling to see if you could hit speed at +6. If you don't hit it at +3, you could try to go for it at +6. This is because you don't have a whole lot of runes on this account, so you're looking to just try to get all speed options out there, specifically with your Swift runes. Alright, it didn't hit Swift at all. It says it rolled high crit damage, and if you roll it again and it hits high crit damage, if it hits like 24% crit damage, then I guess you can keep onto it. Keep it. I don't know. I still wouldn't suggest holding onto it, but if you're looking for that slot 1 with big crit damage and you have enough crit rate and stuff on your other stats, on your other runes, then maybe you could equip that onto somebody, but I still wouldn't suggest it. But in case you need it at that niche moment, then I'll just leave it there for you to sell. Yeah, so this one I'm going to +6, because if we miss the speed roll on the first one, then hopefully it hits it on the second one. But this one has 2 grindable stats here, so it has speed and HP %. So if it hits either one of those, then this rune is still going to be okay. We just want to dodge the resistance, but if we hit speed on the first or second roll, then this is already going to be an okay rune. But I would prefer to hit speed twice. Even if it hits it for 2 low rolls and we have speed at like 14. Alright, so it hit the resistance, so that's really annoying. But if we happen to hit speed twice on here, even at low rolls at 14 speed, this is still going to be one of the faster ones on your account because you don't have a whole lot of rune quality so far. A rune depth, if you want to say. Alright, so we hit the HP %. Alright, if you keep rolling this to +9 and then you get 12 speed, then definitely hang on to it. Even 11 speed would be okay, because you're going to want multiple units on Swift sets. So if you have even 5 runes with 11 speed is 55 speed, plus the slot 2, which will be like, we'll just say 39 speed instead of the 42. So you have 39 speed, plus if you have 11 speed on all of your other runes, that's 55, which puts you at like 94, and then the plus 25%, which the average monster is about 100 speed, so that's another 25. Yeah, with the Swift set, you get the 25% speed, so that'll put you at like 119 speed, plus 119, so that's definitely not bad. So you can keep runes that have 11 speed on them, and then once you grind them and stuff like that, then you'll be around like plus 130, plus 140 speed, once you grind all the runes. So you can keep that. That was kind of a long tangent, so hopefully that all made sense. Yeah, this rune, none of them are grindable, and the only thing you have on there that's useful for a crit rate rune is crit damage. The accuracy, you could argue, is okay, but if you're looking for a crit rate, then that means you're looking for damage, when accuracy is not that important. So we're going to sell this. Alright. This is okay because you have 2 grindable stats. You have attack and HP %. So roll this to maybe +6 to see if you get good rolls in attack %, and even HP is fine. But since it's a crit rate rune, a blade rune, I would prefer it to go into attack %, but if it hits HP once, I would say it's okay. But if it's low rolls, if it rolls like 5 and 6% into attack and HP, then just get rid of it. Same thing for this one. Prefer the attack percent, but if it rolls into HP once, that's fine. This, if you're really trying to max out crit rate, yeah, we're just going to take this to +3. If it misses crit, then we're just getting rid of it. Because you already have 2 other runes now that have a max HP percent roll that also have another grindable stat, which is attack percent. So if it hits HP percent, then I really don't care. Oh, so minimum crit. So this is almost like you're missing an entire roll on this rune right now. Because max crit is 6%, and the flat HP is pretty negligible. So having crit rate right now with 2 other rolls to go, only at +8%, this might as well just be a blue rune. It could go into 20% crit rate if we get 2 6% crit rate rolls, so I'll roll into it to +6 to see if we can get at least +13, +14% crit rate. But if that doesn't happen, then I'm getting rid of this rune. On my account, I would have sold this right off the bat, because I don't need this. But if you're looking to push some of your crit rate on some of your damage, okay, so it did roll to +14, so we'll see if it goes into +20. Yeah, because once you get further into the game, runes like this, when they have like that 4% crit rate like this rune had in the beginning, you really wouldn't be pushing to try to power this up, because you'll have plenty of runes that already have better stats than this. But once you start doing raids, you could enchant out that flat HP and put in like an attack percent, or if you get it to +12 and you get attack percent, then you could enchant out the flat HP and put in like speed, and then you could just enchant the, I mean, you can grind the HP, the attack percent, and the speed. Yeah, but right now we're just hoping that this goes into high crit. If it doesn't, then I might sell it. If it goes into flat HP, then this is a guaranteed sell. If it goes into like 15% HP, then okay, so it did go into crit rate. Alright, so if you do need a high crit rate rune when you have efficient stats on all of your other runes, then this could be one that you just use. Alright, this one we're only looking for speed. I like that it has the 8% resistance innate, but yeah, all these other stats are just garbage. Alright, I should just take all these at +6, because even if we get +18 speed on here, this is still going to be one of your fastest runes on your account at the moment. So even if we miss one roll into speed, we can still try to go for +18. But if we don't hit speed at all, then obviously this rune is not going to be useful. Yeah, because if you have, alright, so roll 2 minimum rolls into crit rate. So this is a blue rune at the moment, meaning that you only have 1 roll left at +9 to go into either one of these stats, and yeah, 2 minimum rolls is like having 1 maximum roll. Yeah, if you would have got a maximum roll into crit rate right there, then you would have had yeah, 1 max crit rate roll would have been the same as like 2 minimum rolls. Is that right? No, because we got 8% crit rate out of that. Never mind. Alright, yeah. Same thing with this. We're going to take it to +6. Like I said before, the reason why we're going to +6 is because if we do miss that speed roll, we still have 2 other chances to hit speed, and hopefully both of them do go into speed, because it still gives us the opportunity to hit +18 speed. Beautiful, good roll. So now it can go to +17 speed. And then if it does that, then it has the opportunity to go to +23, which will definitely be one of the fastest runes on your account. That'll be good. Yeah, so like rune. So hopefully this is helping you with like which runes to sell, which ones to keep. Um, I know it can be like confusing at times, but hopefully it'll help you get the hang of it. Yeah. So for this rune right here, keep on rolling it. It rolled max into crit rate and also rolled almost max into speed. So if it hits either one of those, then you'll have another rune at plus 18 crit rate with some decent speed, or you'll have a plus 17 speed rune. Even if it goes plus 15, that's fine. But yeah, so you have a decently fast rune with good crit rate on there, with innate crit damage. So not too bad. On a blade rune as well. For fatal runes, this one you're going to be going for speed and maybe some crit damage. It has a crit rate on there. Yeah, so you're mainly looking for speed and crit damage, and hopefully it just rolls well. This is becoming a longer video, so I'm going to try to go through this a little bit faster. Yeah, so right here, take this to plus 6, but we just want this rune to go into speed. We really don't care about these other stats. Actually, if we miss it at plus 3, then I'm not going to actually go any further. Just because it's a minimum roll into speed right now. Okay, yeah, and that was a horrible roll into resistance. But this would only give us the opportunity to go to plus 16 speed, and it also has 2 really horrible stats to go along with it, the accuracy and resistance. So even if we get that 16 speed, this is not going to be a useful rune. So I was just hoping to get the 22 speed out of that, but we didn't get it, so we're just going to move on. Alright, this rune could just go into any of the stats and it'd be fine, just hope for max rolls. This doesn't have speed on there, and they're both low rolls, so actually I would not keep that. Same thing with this. I prioritize the crit rate over crit damage, so if you're looking for a swift set with decent crit rate on there, and then your other swift runes have the attack percent, crit damage, and speed that you're looking for, then possibly this could roll into 17% crit rate, and then you can get an additional like attack percent and speed on the slot 1. So this is a possible power-up. You could do it to see if it just goes into that crit rate. Once you want your fast damage dealer on a swift set with high crit rate, then you might look for a rune like this to use. So you could power this up to plus 6 and see if it goes to around like 15 to 17% crit rate. Same thing with this one. But if it doesn't hit crit on the first roll, then just get rid of it. Yeah, this can only go into plus 16 speed at maximum, and it has a horrible flat HP to go with it, so that's definitely a sell. Alright. Yeah, so pretty much do that with the rest of the runes that you have on here. Yeah, sorry I couldn't beat the TOA hard for you. It looks like you'll have to, I mean, if you power up some of these runes, give yourself a little bit more stats, but then also 6-star your monsters. So work on 6-starring the rest of your guys. Do Beretta, Mav, and Gorgo. Yeah, you can power this up, power this up. Yeah, and then work on 6-starring. Do we have... I feel like I should put him on an HP percent instead of defense. But we lose speed and accuracy if you put that on there, so never mind. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Yikes. Yeah, so we actually weren't able to do much. But hopefully me talking through, this helped you understand some of the stuff to do in TOA, what to prioritize, and talking through the runes. Hopefully that gave you an idea on like what to keep and sell. If you have any questions further, then you could just obviously just message me in Discord, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Um, but when you're looking to build like your R5 team, let me know. I'll help you do that. But you're kind of at a stagnant point right now, where you're just going to be rune farming. Yeah, you're just going to be rune farming and giants. You could start doing dragons if you want to, but you could just keep up the giants runs. And then, yeah, and then just 6-star those monsters and keep pushing in TOA. Yeah, and then maybe we can come back to your account maybe in like a couple months. Maybe like 1 or 2 months after you've done 6-starring some more monsters and you farm for some more runes. And then once I get another punk-ass device that doesn't lag so much, maybe I'll go through some more runes and power them up for you. But I just want to give you like a general idea on what you can do with your runes, on what to prioritize, what stats to prioritize, and yeah, so hopefully that helped. So yeah, sorry we can do a whole lot, but your progression is very solid. So yeah, just keep up the hard work. Actually, you have. Yeah, you have quite a bit of these 5 stars. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so you just need to make 3 more. And then you could 6-star 2 of these guys. I'd recommend Beretta and Gorgo first, and then Mav. Or just get Gorgo as tanky as possible. Maybe even take off the speed slot too, and put in, maybe you could just put in like that HP percent. He'll be really slow, but he'll be tanky. And then you could 6-star Beretta and Mav. And then just have Gorgo just be like a big meat shield. No, yeah, you could play around with it. But yeah, but this has been like an hour and 40-minute video, so my apologies. But we're gonna log off here, and yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. See you.